And I cannot believe I am making a video about any of this bullshit. But, so fucking be it. The Wisconsin Badgers had the damn game won. And they couldn't inbound the pass. That put away the game most likely. Assuming the guy made his free throws. I mean, that's just... he has to make both, otherwise it's a 3-point game. No, it's actually two. Yeah, it'd be a 2-point game. No, actually. No, wait, yeah, it would be 2 because we were up by 1. So if he makes 2, we're up by 3 and have a greater chance at winning. But I mean, who's to say they don't just come back and make 3 at the last second? It's not unheard of in this generation. But we couldn't inbound the ball. Simple stuff. It's called inbounding a ball. It's something you work on during middle school, during high school. And you would think by a college level, you should know how to inbound the ball without losing it. It truly isn't that hard. And now Notre Dame get away with a lot of fouls. No one can deny that. But that's not the entire game, though. We had a lot of turnovers. That's what a lot of people failed to. That's what a lot of people like to neglect. See, I'm one of those Wisconsin fans of like all the Wisconsin teams who don't, I should say, blame a lot of these losses on refs and stuff. Because some of them are, I'll admit. But they're not all... Some of them, a call could have changed the game. That's how I'll put it. But I know, Notre Dame got away with a lot. But what did we ever do, really? Something tells me that even if Notre Dame's fouls had been called, we would have still somehow wound up losing that game because of all the fucking turnovers. That's what killed us. That's why something tells me, even if those fouls had been called, it wouldn't change the game's ending. I think it would have ended the same way. Maybe not as dreadful. We probably would have lasted in the last 2 minutes instead of the last 19 seconds. Still would have found a way to lose it, though. But I can't believe it. A simple thing just messed us all up. And now I have a feeling that watch this. Just watch what I say. On Sunday, Notre Dame will get beat down by North Carolina because we made them look so good. I've seen it many times before as a Wisconsin fan of any Wisconsin team. We make a team look so good, and then the very next game, they get blown out of the water by some no-name mother effer. I've seen it with the Packers way too many times. We made the Bears look good on Thanksgiving. What happened to their next game? They got blown out by the Chargers. Oh, wait, no. I actually won that game. But that's the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are mediocre at best. They're not like... I don't know. I don't know how to put that, actually. The Chargers are actually kind of good, but they're not... They're not Green Bay Packer good. In fact, we beat the Chargers earlier, so... They're not good. They're subpar at best. How about that? But I've seen it way too many times as a Packer fan, or Wisconsin fan in general. We'll lose to probably the absolute worst team in the tournament or something, or in the playoffs. And the very next game, they lose because they weren't that tough. It's just that we sucked or did something wrong. And just watch what I say. Watch what I say. Notre Dame versus Carolina. Carolina will probably blow them out of the water. And then people will be like, well, what happened? They beat Wisconsin. They had that thrilling victory against Wisconsin. And I'll be like, I've seen it many times before. It's very simple. We make a team look good. and we start getting a whole lot of people thinking that team actually is good, and then they get blown out of the water next week, and everybody's like, oh, okay, maybe we just jumped the gun. But Peyton Manning, boy, do I hate that guy sometimes. I don't know. Peyton Manning's gonna be like the most dumbest joke thing ever. I don't even know. He's not a bad quarterback. Don't get me wrong. His skill set is okay. And I'm talking about the Peyton Manning I'm growing up with, not the Peyton Manning you grew up with. Because I know the Peyton Manning before the injury thing was probably like the best thing ever. He was the golden boy of the NFL. But Peyton Manning that I've seen over the last 3 years is garbage. He's okay. I'm not going to say garbage, because he's not complete garbage. He had games like the game against... I'm a Packers fan, but I'm an unbiased Packer fan. I'm not afraid to tell you how it is. A lot of Packers fans will be like, oh, yeah, these things, this thing, that thing, and, there's simple reasons why we lose games, there's simple reasons why we win games, and there's simple reasons. A lot of people don't like to bring these reasons up because they're too afraid, but it's simple. I'm not saying every fan should be this way, but I'm trying to tell you, you can't just look at, oh, yeah, we won a lot of games, that means we're a really good team. That 6-0 record saved us, but in reality, who did we really play when we were going down that 6-0 stretch? The frickin' Seattle Seahawks, who couldn't win the game to save their lives at that point. We played a 49ers team that was broken down and beaten. We played a Chicago Bears team, if that's worth any mention. I mean, seriously, who the heck was thinking the Bears were going to win against the Packers on Thanksgiving? But I'm talking about when we were going, when we went 6-0. We didn't even, we didn't play anyone that great. We played the Chargers. You see what I mean? You can't just say... Same thing with the Vikings. You can't just say the Vikings were a great team this year. Who did they play? And who did they play that was actually good? And who did they win against that was actually good? Number one, they only played the same amount of teams we did. We split a game. We split games with them. When people actually thought they were going to beat us twice this year. I thought that was kind of dumb. I was like, I know the Vikings will win the division, but I know we'll beat them at one point, whether it's at Lambeau or whether it's in Minnesota. We'll still beat them. A lot of people didn't agree with me, but look what happened. I said, we'll beat them once, they'll beat us the second time, win the division. I said, watch what I say. And nobody does that. Everybody thinks I'm wrong, but I know what I'm saying, because I can see things before they even happen. I'm just that good at sports and analyzing it. I don't want to say I'm just that good, I'm bragging or something, but I just see things before they even happen. I know a lot of things, and I'm not one of those fans that just kind of say, well, because my team has the better record, that means my team is the better team. No, that's not really how it works. Because the Broncos defense, the only reason they really did beat Carolina, I actually still think the Super Bowl was rigged. And if you disagree with me, I want you to come up with legit reasons why it wasn't. But I've seen this far too many times. One of the most popular quarterbacks wins a Super Bowl and retires. The only one that really didn't was Brett Favre, but I have my own reasons why thinking that. Not because I'm a Packer fan, but because I think Brett Favre was always known. He wasn't known like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's always been like, oh yeah, he's the best thing ever. He's, the best dude ever since sliced bread to ever make happen or whatever. That's how Peyton Manning's always been known. He's never really been like Brett. Brett Favre was known as a great quarterback, but he always was known to fuck up. That's kind of what Brett Favre was known for. He was known to have his awesome moments, but he would mess up so many times at the most inopportune time. When you can't afford an interception, that's when he would throw it. Or when you can't afford a fumble, that's when he would fumble the ball. Or when you can't afford someone to just disobey what the coach said and not throw the ball, and you can't have a completion, you have incomplete. That's Brett Favre. Peyton Manning wasn't really known for that, but he was known for that this year. And anyone who disagrees, he led the interception. He led the quarterbacks with the most interceptions. So that's what he was known for this year. And I feel like because the Vikings did not go to the Super Bowl with Brett Favre was because Favre was always known to fuck up. And that's why. Super Bowl 50 was rigged. And if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. I'm not going to say you have to agree with me because I'm not like that. but I can tell. I can see that the Panthers truly actually should have won this game, and I can't see how they actually lost this game. Sure, the Broncos have a great defense and all, but there were plenty of times where I kind of go like, there is no way that ever happens. You don't just fumble the ball 4 times. I don't care how good the Broncos defense is. They didn't lead the league in turnovers, that's for sure. So when I saw the Panthers unusually fumble the ball 4 times, that kind of got me a little suspicious, because a lot of people were saying the Super Bowl is going to be rigged because Peyton Manning was going to win. We already knew this. The smart football fans knew this. The media tries to tell you, yeah, the Panthers are going to win. So that way when the Broncos do win, you get caught off guard and you're like, oh my goodness. The smart fans of the NFL know that Manning was going to win. He was going to win because he's popular. It's his last year. He has to win. We have to give Peyton Manning that credit. Otherwise, think about Manning's career if he didn't win. Let's think about this. He always gets shitted on by Brady. Like, seriously, before this year, how many times has Brady bested Manning? A lot. I'm pretty sure you could put in Jay Cutler in the Super Bowl. And I think Jay Cutler would do better than Manning in the Super Bowl with the same team, like with the Broncos this year. I actually think he would. I'm not joking. And a lot of people might think I'm trying to be funny. I'm not. I'm actually serious. He would probably throw better balls than Manning did this Super Bowl because Manning sucks. He's sucked for the last 4 years, and a lot of people just can't get that through their heads. It's that defense that carried them out this season. What has Peyton Manning truly done this year besides throw interceptions and get injured and have his backup come in, and his backup looked like the freaking next thing since sliced bread, next best thing. So again, I don't like Peyton Manning because he's overrated, and he has this like everybody gives him this persona that he's like the greatest thing ever, and nobody could ever top him. Sure, his records are great and all, but he's not as good when you actually start comparing him to Brady or anyone else. He only has 2 rings. Brady has 4. It's kind of like one of those things. It's unfair to compare someone that way. But as soon as you start bringing that up, people are like, well, Peyton Manning has all the best records. He's the best guy ever. What? Well, I don't know. See, some of you may know this and some of you may not. Peyton Manning has gotten accused of, well, rape. Again, I can't say he did or he didn't. Why can't I say he didn't or he did? Because I don't know how Peyton Manning is off the camera. In fact, you don't know how dozens of these athletes are off the camera. A lot of people say because these guys are popular, they would never do anything like that. Well, Ben Roethlisberger got accused of rape 2 times. You can't tell me he didn't do it once. And I would never, ever call these guys role models or anything like that, these athletes, because I don't know how they are off the camera. Plus, role model it really means this. You're acting someone that you're not. That's what a role model is. You're acting someone that you're not because you have to, but because you want to. Because acting is, that's what it is. However, I don't know how these athletes are off the camera. Unless I hear anything about it, I don't know. And I've heard rumors about Peyton Manning being an asshole off camera, and that could be true. It might not be true. I don't know. I don't know him off camera. So when they say he's raped someone, I pretty much say it could be true because you don't know. Why? Because he has 2 Super Bowl rings. That obviously means he's not a bad person. Get the hell out of here with that bull crap. That means nothing. That just means his accomplishments. That doesn't really mean him as a person. That just means him in his career. Like, so if someone goes to work tomorrow and wins the Employee of the Month, does that automatically make them invulnerable to anything bad decisions in life? No, it does not. And the court case was already settled. It just never leaked until Peyton Manning obviously retired. And I hate that bullshit. That freaking bullshit. I seriously hate it. And a lot of people would say, well, how do you know it's rigged? It's simple. It's different if Peyton Manning was like one of the only few in his last year to win. But what about John Elway? What about all these other popular guys that just magically in the last year just win everything, win it all? Jeff Gordon in racing. He was good before that. Well, if he was so good before that, he should have been winning it all before that as well. It is so dumb how some people just refuse to believe these things. It's like, it's very simple. There's money that goes into these games. There's people that have a reputation to... These people have a reputation on the line. I'm going to call out my own boy here. If Rodgers wins it in his last year, it's rigged. I don't care. I'll still be happy, But deep inside, I'll know it's rigged. It just will be.